I am speaking to you now, and I need you to understand that this is not a coincidence, not an accident, not a random line floating across your day. This is deliberate. This is the moment I wrote into your story before you knew the shape of your name, before your first breath found your lungs and the light learned your eyes. I am not playing with you. I am not teasing your hope only to abandon it on the doorstep of disappointment. I am drawing near to steer your heart back into the river of truth, because someone is going to tell you a truth, and the sound of it will shake the dust from old memories and pull the curtains wide on rooms you thought were locked forever. You will feel the first vibration soon, like a key turning from the other side, and you will know that I am the one who sent it. Do not try to skip this. Do not scroll away from the word that was prepared for you. Stand, breathe, and receive what I am placing in your hands. You have carried the weight of almost and nearly and maybe for so long that your shoulders learn to exist beneath it, as if heaviness were the natural state of a soul. But heaviness is not your inheritance. I have been untangling the knots that hid inside your words and your silences. I have been visiting your midnight hours and laying my hand on the part of you that you kept hidden beneath careful smiles. I saw where you questioned yourself. Did I miss the sign? Did I trust the wrong face? Did I mishear the whisper? Hear me, I am the God who cannot misplace you. Even the turns that felt like mistakes were used to bring you here, to set you in the only clearing where your eyes could truly see. What rises toward you now is not chance, it is the truth coming home, and when it knocks, I want you to open the door. Someone is going to tell you a truth, and when they do, you will feel two tides pulling your heart in opposite directions. One tide will say, "At last, this makes sense," and the other will say, "I do not know if I want to hear this, I do not know if I can hold it." But I have widened your heart for this hour. I have stretched your capacity to receive, not because I wish to overwhelm you, but because I desire to heal you at the root and not merely trim the branches of your pain. The truth will explain why certain doors refuse to open, why certain eyes would not meet yours, why messages arrived late and answers circled without landing. The truth will reveal the missing hinge of a year that squeaked and sagged under the quiet of your confusion. And when it is spoken, you must resist the temptation to run back into familiar shadows. Stay in the light with me. Let me hold your hand while the air clears. Do not confuse exposure with destruction. The revelation that comes is not to ruin you, it is to release you. I am not cruel. I do not cut simply to cut. When I draw a blade, it is the blade of a surgeon, not a destroyer. I remove the thorn that has lived beneath your skin so long you forgot it wasn't part of you. I will not allow the thorn to define your next season. You have said, maybe this is just how life is, and you have adapted to the ache as if pain were a permanent garment. But I am clothing you in peace now. I am preparing a softer mantle for your shoulders. The truth that comes will loosen the last knot, the one you couldn't reach with your own fingers. When it loosens, when it falls, when the skin beneath breathes for the first time, you will understand why I asked you to be patient. You will see that waiting is not punishment, it is preparation. Do not despise the messenger. The mouth I use may surprise you. It might be a friend you trust, a stranger you did not expect, a note you did not anticipate, a call that interrupts your schedule, a face that once failed you and returns with open palms. Do not fix your eyes on the vessel, listen for my voice in the water it carries. You will recognize me because my words pull you toward humility without humiliating you, toward clarity without cruelty, toward courage without coercion. I do not use fear to shepherd my own. I do not shame you into obedience. I call you by name and I bring you close. Even if the truth arrives wrapped in the apology of another or the confession of someone who once stood against you, watch how I bend it toward your freedom. I promise to make all things work together for good to those who love me. This is me keeping my promise to you again. Some of what is said will touch the places where you still bleed. It will name the manipulation that walked beside you smiling. It will identify the plan that wrote you out of your own gift. It will bring into daylight the words spoken in rooms where your name was present but your body was not invited. But I am with you in the naming. I am with you in the unmasking. I am with you when you hear the sentence that once would have shattered you. Now it will not shatter you, it will set you free. The difference is not in the sentence, it is in the strength I grew inside you while you thought nothing was happening. I taught your spirit to sing in quiet places, and that song will not be silenced by the memory of harm. You will hear the truth and feel the sting, but immediately after the sting, you will feel a wind, and that wind will carry the sting away. That wind is my breath, and where my breath moves, lies cannot remain. You have been worried that if you know everything, it will be too much. You have believed that ignorance might be the gentlest blanket. But I do not cover you with ignorance. I cover you with wisdom. Wisdom will not drown you, wisdom will lift you above the flood. The knowledge that comes will not bury you, it will give you footing on rock you can trust. You will take the pieces of what is revealed and I will help you arrange them into understanding. Understanding will become the doorway to peace. Peace will become the path beneath your feet. And beneath that path, I will lay the promise that you will not return to what I am releasing you from. When I lead you out, I lead you out. When I close a chapter, I do not scribble in the margins, I begin a new page with a steady hand. There is one more fear I wish to remove from you, the fear that you will be foolish for forgiving. You have imagined that if you forgive, you invite the same wound to strike again. But forgiveness is not the same as trust, and I am not asking you to hand the keys of your heart to anyone who has not earned them. I am asking you to release the debt they cannot pay so that it does not grow interest in your soul. I will show you how to set boundaries like bright lines that keep your garden safe. I will teach you to say yes without abandoning yourself and to say no without poisoning your mouth. The truth that comes is the beginning of holy boundaries. It is not a sentence to return to cages, it is the map out of them. Someone is going to tell you a truth about the plan that moved behind your back, the promise that was promised to more than one heart, the opportunity that hovered above your name and was pulled down by hands that pretended to celebrate you. Do not be surprised when the details are more exact than you expected. I have arranged for specifics that remove your doubt. I am gentle with your heart, but I am thorough with the removal of lies. When this truth is spoken, you will see the outline of what tried to claim your future. You will see how I preserved your steps anyway. You will notice that even where they attempted to darken your reputation, I planted a lamp in the mind of each person who mattered, and that lamp kept shining when their words tried to dim your light. I have been guarding your name because your name carries a purpose, and purpose is my business. Do not try to skip this. Do not numb yourself and call it strength. Strength is not in your ability to ignore. Strength is in your willingness to stand in the center of the room and let the windows open. The air that rushes through will feel new and a little cold at first, but it is clean air, and you need it. Take 3 deep breaths with me now, the kind that reach the bottom of you. With each breath, release the belief that you must save yourself. I am your Savior. With each breath, release the story that says love must always hurt. I am love, and I am not here to hurt you. With each breath, release the habit of predicting the worst as a way to protect yourself from surprise. I am the God of good surprises. I am the one who turns even the bitter into bread that nourishes your strength. After the truth arrives, there will be a moment where you feel suspended between what was and what will be. In that in-between, do not rush. Let me be your balance. I will arrange the next steps like stones across a stream. You will not have to leap, you will only need to step. I will guide you toward a conversation you once feared. I will give you the words that honor your dignity and keep your heart soft. I will also give you the discernment to know when to be silent, when to simply let a thing end without ceremony. Not everything requires your final statement. Some doors close best with quiet. I will show you which is which. I am also preparing a separate truth for you, a truth about your worth that no human voice can cancel. I am going to remind you of who you are to me. I am not a spectator in your life, I am the author. I did not design you to be second place in your own calling, or an afterthought in your own story, or a placeholder in someone else's fantasy. I designed you with a center of gravity that pulls goodness toward you. I placed in you a compassion that will not be wasted, a resilience that will not be exploited, and a clarity that will not be fogged by other people's confusion. The truth that comes from them will untangle the past. The truth that comes from me will announce your future. Let both do their work. You will notice small confirmations as this unfolds. A line in a song that matches the sentence you are about to hear. A time on the clock that repeats itself on the day the message arrives. An old photograph falling from a book where you once hid your tears. Pay attention, not to create superstition, but to recognize orchestration. I am not vague with you. I am intimate with you. I write love letters in the margins of ordinary hours. I tuck miracles into the pockets of your day so that hope does not feel like a foreign language. When the confirmation comes, smile. It is me winking at you, reminding you that none of this is random. There will be an invitation hidden inside the truth, the invitation to step into a promise you set aside because you thought you were too late or too complicated or too tired. You are not too late. You are right on time for the version of the promise that will actually fit you. The earlier version would have fit the person you were pretending to be. This one fits the person you truly are. You will feel energy return to your bones where you thought only exhaustion lived. You will feel ideas stir like birds at dawn. You will feel the first warm wind of favor after a long winter of waiting. When that wind touches your face, do not run back inside. Lift your face and let me warm you. If your mind begins to argue, if it says, "But what if the truth means I must start over?" Answer your mind with this: starting over with me is never losing, it is upgrading your foundation. I am not asking you to rebuild alone. I am assigning helpers. Some you already know, some are on their way. They will speak your language and honor your pace. They will not rush your healing or minimize your dreams. I will send you people who can hold your vision without crushing it, who can offer counsel without control, who can celebrate your growth without envy. These are not wishful thoughts, these are appointments I have already scheduled in the calendar of your life. You will meet them as you move. Move. I am restoring the courage to be seen as you are. The truth that comes will strip away the costumes others preferred you to wear. It will return to you the voice that always felt a little too loud or a little too quiet. Now it will feel exactly right, because it will be tuned to me. Your words will have weight again. Your yes will mean yes. Your no will mean no. Your laughter will not be a cover, it will be a stream. Your tears will not be a secret, they will be a rain that makes things grow. You will no longer apologize for existing in the fullness I gave you. I am not embarrassed by how I made you. Why should you be? I am also addressing the fear that you misheard me in the past. You did not. You heard a piece, and then you filled the silence with your own urgency because waiting hurt. I am healing your relationship with time. Time belongs to me, and I am not late. I am never in a panic about your destiny. I am never scrambling to catch up. I am the one who holds both the seed and the harvest in my hand, and I know exactly when to call the rain. The truth you will hear is part of the rain. It falls to soften the soil where new roots will take hold. Let it fall. Do not cover your head. Let it wet the ground around your feet so you can feel how ready the earth is to receive you. There are apologies coming, and there are none. Some hearts will be brave enough to admit their part, other hearts will keep pretending. Do not anchor your healing to their courage. Anchor your healing to my word. Whether or not they ever say the sentence you have been waiting to hear, I am saying over you now, you are cleared. You are released. You are not condemned. You are not foolish for loving. You are not weak for hoping. You are not naive for believing in goodness. Those qualities in you are not liabilities, they are evidence that my image lives in you. Keep them, and let me give you wisdom to hold them well. When you think about what you could have done differently, do not use hindsight as a weapon. Use it as a teacher. Thank your younger self for trying with the tools they had. Then add the new tools I'm giving you: boundaries, discernment, slowness, prayer that listens as much as it asks, counsel that is safe, rest that is holy, joy that isn't afraid of its own echo. Carry these forward. They will make your next yes cleaner and your next crossing smoother. There will be a moment, soon after the truth is told, when you sense a doorway opening within you. You will feel an inner permission to put something down, an idea, a responsibility that was never yours, an expectation that kept writing you into smaller versions of yourself. When that permission rises, honor it. Put it down. The world will not collapse if you stop holding what I never asked you to carry. The sky is still on my shoulders, not yours. And when your hands are lighter, you will find them free to receive what has been waiting at your doorstep, an opportunity that aligns with your design, a partnership that respects your boundaries, a provision that does not require you to pretend. I am not finished speaking. I am not finished healing. I am not finished surprising you with goodness. The truth that comes is a beginning, not an ending. When the words reach you, when the call arrives, when the message lands, when the conversation finally opens, I want you to remember this: you are not alone in that room. I am there. I am the comfort that will not evaporate, the wisdom that will not waver, the courage that will not grow thin. Even if your hands tremble, my hands do not. Even if your voice shakes, my voice is steady. Even if you need to pause and breathe, I will guard the space while you fill your lungs again. Do not try to skip this. Do not call it too much and shut your eyes. Call it holy. Call it timely. Call it mine. Stand in it with your back straight and your chin lifted. Let the truth do the work you always hoped love would do. Then watch as love, cleansed of its counterfeits, rises to meet you in forms you once thought were for others and not for you. Watch how I replace what was stolen with something better, not as a consolation prize but as a covenant gift. Watch how peace returns to sleep beside you at night, how laughter moves back into the kitchen, how music finds the room again, how your mirror becomes kinder because your eyes have learned to see like mine. I am blessing your beginnings again. I am sealing your endings with tenderness. I am writing new chapters with ink that does not smudge when the weather changes. Walk forward with me. The next step will show itself as you take it. The right people will recognize you without you needing to audition for their love. The right places will feel like breath in your chest instead of a belt around your ribs. The right work will use your gifts without swallowing your soul. All of this is tied to the moment when you dare to let the truth in and let the lies out. This is that moment. I am not playing with you. I am serious about your freedom. Someone is going to tell you a truth, and I am going to stand beside you while you hear it. I will gather your tears and pour them back as rain on the fields you thought were dead. I will take the broken cup and fill a new one until it runs over on the table I set before you. I will crown you with clarity. I will clothe you with calm. I will anoint you with courage. And the future that once looked like a locked gate will begin to swing, slow at first, then wider, then all the way, until you can see the path I always meant for you. Do not try to skip this. Open your heart. Receive the truth. Take my hand. We are moving forward now. I am speaking to you now with a nearness you can feel in your breath and bones, because this moment is not an accident and this line is not a coincidence. I have watched the threads that led you here, the small decisions that looked ordinary but carried the weight of destiny, and I have decided to lift the veil that has rested like a quiet shadow over your days. Someone is going to tell you a truth, and though the truth comes on the tongue of a person, the permission for that truth to reach you comes from me. Do not be afraid of the sound of it. Do not be afraid of the trembling it may stir in your chest. You have asked for clarity, and clarity rarely knocks with velvet hands. It arrives with a ringing bell that cuts through noise, and it refuses to leave until you open the door. I have been near to your disappointments, not only as a witness, but as one who measures their weight and will not allow them to crush you. I have placed limits around the harm that confusion can do to you. I have timed moments to collide softly, so that even what felt like failure became a stepping stone underneath your feet. I have listened to every late-night whisper and every early morning sigh, and I have chosen this hour to begin removing from you what does not belong to you. Yes, a truth is coming, and it will arrive with the hush of a confession or the flash of a revelation, but do not let the method distract you from the meaning. You asked me to guide you, and this is me guiding you. There are things you suspected but could not prove, things you felt but could not name. I saw you turn them over in your hands until they became too heavy to carry, and even then you kept going because your heart prefers hope over cynicism. I honor that about you. I made your heart to be resilient, and I have not wasted the trials that taught it how to bend without breaking. The truth that approaches will not expose you to humiliation, it will expose you to liberation. It will feel at first like cold air on a wound, honest and startling. But give it a moment. Let it breathe. What hurts in the opening will heal in the light. I am the keeper of your steps, and I am the author of this unveiling. Someone has been rehearsing their words, practicing where to begin, trying to soften the edges. They are not your judge, they are the carrier. Their courage has been borrowed from me for your sake. When the words come, whether in a room that smells of tea and paper, or across a phone line that crackles with distance, or through a message that arrives when you least expect it, remember to steady your breathing and listen with the ears of the Spirit. You do not need to defend yourself from what is meant to free you. You do not need to argue with what confirms what I have whispered to you in quiet hours. Receive what is yours. Release what is not. You have been faithful despite the feeling that faithfulness went unnoticed. You continued to sow kindness when you were not sure if any harvest would ever appear with your name on it. I have counted those seeds. The ground that looked like barren earth is sprouting beneath the surface, and I am pushing green through soil at the exact time your hands are opening to receive. The truth that is coming serves your planting, not your fear. It will sort the fields. It will move you away from the rows that drain you and toward the rows that feed you. You will find that certain obligations, which were only ropes disguised as ribbons, fall away without a fight once the light lands on them. This is my mercy, not your failure. There was a conversation about you when you were not in the room. You felt the echo of it in your spirit and wondered if you were being paranoid. You were not. But do not let that sentence make you bitter. I have turned that conversation into a doorway. What was meant to shield someone else from accountability will become the very avenue through which truth enters and sets the order straight. I am not reckless with your reputation. I am not careless with your time. I do not waste tears. I gather them, and I trade them for wisdom. The wisdom I am placing within you will make you gentle where you can be gentle, and firm where you must be firm. You will not need to shout to be heard. You will not need to fight to be free. The strength I give you will be recognized without demonstration. You have asked me, what if I am not ready? You are more ready than you feel. Readiness does not mean the absence of nerves, it means the presence of purpose. I have already written the words you will speak when it is your turn to answer. I have already steadied your hands for the tasks that follow the unveiling. There will be a clearing, like furniture moved from a crowded room, and you will see that there was always more space than you thought. In that space, new instructions will find you, small ones, gentle steps, daily obediences that rebuild peace where noise once lived. You will notice your sleep soften. You will notice your appetite for joy return. You will notice moments of laughter arriving without permission, like birds landing on an open palm. Hear me now, do not try to skip this. Do not pull your eyes away from the light because the first glare feels unfamiliar. You have walked too long carrying doubts you did not deserve to carry. The truth will not embarrass you, it will educate you. It will teach you where to stop investing what brings no return. It will redirect your tenderness to people and places that can hold it without dropping it. I am not removing your kindness, I am refining your discernment. I am separating your compassion from the compulsion to rescue what does not wish to be rescued. I am giving you the gift of clear boundaries that protect your heart and your calling.